Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Cristiano Ronaldo is a doubt for Manchester United's clash with West Ham with a neck injury. Ronaldo started the game against Brentford, but he got taken off, and Cristiano Ronaldo was furious being substituted against Brentford. Ralph Rangnick defends his decision to substitute Ronaldo against Brentford. Prior to the Brentford game, Ronaldo missed Manchester United's last two games because of injury. Now, like I updated you on my last video, Cristiano Ronaldo faces a 25% pay cut should Manchester United fail to qualify for the Champions League. So his wages will reduce to 360,000 from 480,000. Revert back to the other week, Cristiano Ronaldo gave an interview and he's demanding more from the youngsters. He was very critical of the youngsters in that interview, and he also backed Ralph Rangnick to do a good job at Manchester United. And he also said, "I'm not at Man United to compete for 6th or 7th." And he said finishing below 3rd is unacceptable. Earlier on this season, Ronaldo held crisis talks with his agent Jorge Mendes about his future. He said Ronaldo's ready to leave Manchester United if he doesn't like the club's next manager. Since Ronaldo re-signed for Manchester United, he's scored 14 goals in all competitions. He's got over 800 goals in his career. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. He's under contract with Man United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. He's the best player in the world overall. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. So that's the news on Ronaldo. Man United have got quite a few players missing. Edison Cavani recently picked up an injury. He said Cavani is out until February. Cavani had a couple of injuries earlier on this season. Cavani will be leaving Manchester United in the summer because earlier on this season Ralph Rangnick revealed Edison Cavani wants to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. His contract at Man United expires in the summer. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Last year, it said Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Juventus have been linked with him, and last year he rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Luke Shaw recently picked up an injury. It said he's out until early February. Luke Shaw's injury prone, which is a concern. He had a couple of injuries earlier on this season. Luke Shaw, though, has been inconsistent in a lot of games this season, and I'm shocked in that aspect because revert back to last season, he was very, very good. He is a good left back overall. He's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so he's been a long-serving player. Luke Shaw's not our first choice left back under Rangnick. Tellez is our first choice left back under Rangnick. Paul Pogba, obviously he won't be playing any part against West Ham because he's still out with that hip injury. Not so long ago, Ralph Rangnick provided us with an update on Pogba. He confirmed that Pogba is going to return after the international break. Not so long ago, Pogba returned to training. There's a good chance Pogba will leave Man United in the summer. His contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back to last month, the Sun said that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract that would have made him the highest paid player in Premier League history, but Pogba denied being offered that contract. Recently, Pogba told Manchester United he wants to join Real Madrid in the summer. There again, it said PSG is the most likely destination for Pogba. Recently, Pogba was in talks with PSG. Bissaka's been out with COVID. He's not our first choice right back under Rangnick. Diego Dalot's our first choice right back under Rangnick. I don't think Bissaka will play against West Ham. McTominay, he picked up an injury in the game against Brentford. I hope the injury is not too severe because McTominay has been our best performer under Rangnick. McTominay was involved in the build up to 2 of the goals against Brentford, and I thought defensively he was good and he got in some good positions. Lingard recently picked up a knock, but Lingard doesn't get in the team. I give you the news on Lingard this morning. Newcastle are close to getting Lingard. It said Newcastle have returned with a second loan offer for Lingard after Manchester United rejected their first approach. Newcastle are willing to pay $6 million to loan Lingard and cover the costs of his 80,000 wages. Lingard's keen on a loan move to Newcastle, but Man United prefer to let Lingard leave permanently this month. Lingard's out of contract at Man United in the summer. And Eric Bailly, he's not available at the moment because he's at the African Cup of Nations. Bailly doesn't get in the team much anyway. The last game he played for Manchester United was the 3-1 win against Burnley, but he came off injured in that game. This is a massive game for Manchester United against West Ham. If Manchester United do beat West Ham, they will overtake them. Man United are just 2 points behind West Ham as things stand. Manchester United are coming into this game against West Ham on the back of a 3-1 win against Brentford. Manchester United's goals against Brentford came from Anthony Elanga. Mason Greenwood also scored, and Marcus Rashford came off the bench and scored. Rashford finally ended his 3-month goal drought. Brentford's goal came from Ivan Toney. It was a good performance by Manchester United against Brentford in the second half, but we was poor in the first half. I thought Brentford dominated that first half. They showed great intensity and they had some very good chances. That Matthias Jensen had some good opportunities. De Gea made very good saves in that first half. West Ham, they lost their last game to Leeds 3-2. West Ham are enjoying a good season to their standards. They are 4th in the Premier League and they are into the last 16 of the Europa League. Last season West Ham were good. They was unlucky to miss out on Champions League qualification last season. I think West Ham finished 6th last season. West Ham have got a very good squad. Revert back to what I mentioned on the preview. You know, they've got Pablo Fornals. They have Ben Rama. Ben Rama's not available for West Ham at the moment because he's at the African Cup of Nations. Jared Bowen, he's good. They've got Mikel Antonio. They've got Manuel Lanzini. They've got Yarmolenko. They also have Thomas Souček, that's made an impact. They've got Nikola Vlasic, I think they got him last year. They've got Craig Dawson. West Ham got Craig Dawson from Watford. At the first, West Ham had him on loan. And then obviously after that, West Ham decided to get him permanently. They've got Vladimir Kufal, who's good. They've got Alex Kral. I think they brought him in, was it last year? They have Declan Rice. Declan Rice is a very good holding midfielder. He's predominantly a centre defensive midfielder, but he can also be deployed as a centre half. Declan Rice has been at West Ham for around 7.5 years. He's got a contract with them until 2024. Before West Ham, he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth setup for several years, but he actually never got in Chelsea's first team. Man United have been linked with Declan Rice. West Ham value Declan Rice at £100 million. He's not worth £100 million. I reckon he's worth from between 50 to 60 million. West Ham have also got Mark Noble. Mark Noble's out with injury at the moment. Mark Noble's been a very long-serving player at West Ham. Issa Diop, he's a good centre-half. Kurt Zouma, he's a good defender. He's out with injury. Mogbonna, he's a good defender. He won't be playing any part in this game because he's out for the season. Ben Johnson's a good defender. Aaron Cresswell, he's a very good left back. He's one of the best left backs in the Premier League. Ryan Fredericks, he's a pretty good right back. They've got Winston Reid as well. West Ham have got Areola. That's one of their goalkeepers. They've got Fabianski as well. They've got a couple of others as well. So yeah, a pretty decent squad. Let me put into the equation that West Ham did let Sebastian Haller go. They also let Felipe Anderson go. And I think they also offloaded that Frederick Ibsen. David Moyes is obviously the West Ham manager. You've got to give David Moyes credit. He's doing really well in his second spell at West Ham. Obviously, he didn't do well in his first spell at West Ham. Moyes has been the West Ham manager for over 2 years in his second spell. He's under contract to West Ham until 2024. Obviously, before West Ham, he managed Sunderland. Sunderland got relegated when they had Moyes, so reflecting on that, Moyes decided to resign. Before that, He managed Real Sociedad. He got sacked from Real Sociedad. Don't forget he managed Manchester United for 10 months, and then obviously after 10 months Man United sacked him. Manchester United finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Before then he managed Everton. He did well when he was at Everton. He managed them a while ago, but he was a long-serving manager at Everton. He was at Everton for 11 years. And before then he managed Preston. So tomorrow David Moyes will be having a reunion with Manchester United. Now, the fixture last season at Old Trafford was 1-0 to Manchester United. Man United won away at West Ham earlier on this season 2-1. You know, if you do remember rightly, Lingard came off the bench and scored the winner, and De Gea saved a penalty at the end. West Ham, though, knocked Manchester United out of the Carabao Cup earlier on this season, 1-0 at Old Trafford. That was actually the first time West Ham won at Old Trafford since 2007. Now, obviously, you know the news on the transfers. Earlier on today, I gave you the news on Amadou Haidara. Sky Sports Germany said that RB Leipzig could sell Manchester United and Newcastle target Amadou Haidara for 46 million in this January transfer window. Obviously, it'd be hard for Leipzig to turn a £46 million offer down. It does mention that Ralf Rangnick has verbally agreed a 33 million fee to sign Amadou Haidara. Ralf Rangnick did hold talks with RB Leipzig chiefs. Amadou Haidara dreams of playing in England and his favourite club is Man United. Rangnick did inform his close friends he wants to join Manchester United. He has a £33 million release clause. He's been at RB Leipzig since 2019. He's under contract with them until 2025. Before Leipzig, he had a loan spell at Liefering, and before then he was at Red Bull Salzburg. Rangnick knows Haidara well, which is beneficial. Earlier on this season, Rangnick did mention that he wanted Amadou Haidara as his first signing as Man United manager. He's 23 years of age, Haidara. He is a midfielder. You know the news on Ousmane Dembele. He said Manchester United are prepared to sign Ousmane Dembele this month, but only on a free transfer. Dembele has been told to leave Barcelona. Dembele insists he won't be blackmailed by Barcelona. I don't want Dembele at Manchester United because he's too injury prone. You know, Dembele has been at Barcelona for around 5 years. Barcelona got him in 2017 from Borussia Dortmund. They got him in a deal worth £135 million. His contract at Barcelona expires this year. Man United have also been linked with John McGinn from Aston Villa. Says we're targeting him in the summer. We've been relentlessly linked with Denis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach. couple of weeks ago, there was rumours saying that Manchester United were interested in Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. Will Manchester United make a signing this month? There's under 2 weeks left now until the January transfer window shuts. Basically, we want a midfielder because when Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. Ralph Rangnick, he's been Manchester United's interim manager for almost 2 months now. He's lost 1 game so far as Manchester United manager. Man United lost 1-0 to Wolves at Old Trafford earlier on this season. That was the first time Wolves won at Old Trafford since 1980. There's been some good performances under Rangnick, but on the other side of things there's been poor performances as well. I think Rangnick's been blameless for the poor performances. You know, the players have to take responsibility for poor performances. I can't see Man United giving Rangnick the job on a permanent basis. When he first came in, it said, you know, Rangnick is Man United's interim manager till the end of the season. Then it did initially say that he will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. But if Man United don't finish in the top 4, I think the consultancy role is in serious doubt for Rangnick. Prior to the Brentford game, Rangnick announced Manchester United's new formation. It's the 4-3-3 formation. I think we played that formation against Brentford and we played it against Aston Villa last weekend. It seems to suit our standards. Obviously the 4-2-2 formation got scrapped because obviously that formation wasn't working. Revert back to earlier on this season, reports were coming out saying that Rangnick's already losing the dressing room at Man United, and it did mention that 17 Manchester United players were unhappy with Rangnick and wanted to leave. Earlier on in this window, Rangnick got told that he has transfer funds available this month and he will be backed by the Glazers. Obviously, before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Man United could possibly appoint a new manager this season. Well, it said that prior to the Brentford game. You know, Man United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have already sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. Sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, Pochettino's been linked with a managerial role at Man United for a long time. There's been talks about Erik ten Hag. The other week there was talks about Simone Inzaghi. It said that Man United made an approach for him. We've been interested in Diego Simeone as well from Atletico Madrid. So yeah. As you all know, Ed Woodward is stepping down at Manchester United at the end of this month. Ed Woodward has had a 17-year association with the club. He's been one of the biggest issues at Man United for a long time. Richard Arnold will become Man United's chief executive on the 1st of February to replace Ed Woodward. Obviously the Glazers, they're still at Manchester United. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for like 16 and a half years now. The Glazers bought Manchester United for 500 million back in 2005. Revert back to April last year, United fans were protesting against the Glazers. You know, at the Carrington training ground and outside Old Trafford, because obviously the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. This year though, Man United are going to offload players like I've gone through with you. There's a good chance that Anthony Martial will be leaving. Last time I read up, it said Juventus are interested in taking him on loan. Manchester United are asking for up to £6 million in loan fees. Martial's made it clear that he wants to go abroad because he recently rejected loan offers from Newcastle and Tottenham. Like I said earlier on in the video, Cavani will be leaving Man United in the summer. I think Juan Mata's leaving the club. Man United are loaning Amad Diallo out. Jesse Lingard, there's a good chance he'll be leaving. Matic, Man U will offload him. Van der Beek will leave. Do you think he'll leave in this window? Or do you think Man United will have to wait until the summer? Pogba, there's a good chance he'll be leaving in the summer. Jones and Bailly are also leaving the club as well this year. Telles could possibly leave. I recently heard that Barcelona are interested in him. Do you think Dalot could leave? And Man United are looking to get rid of Dean Henderson permanently. So anyway guys, on my next video, I'll be giving you my predicted 11 for this game against West Ham. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.